Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports.
Taken in at the 3. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Now last year's leading rusher in the NFL, this is Jonathan Taylor. And this is going to be a Colts first down as he's got this up to the 35-yard line.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
They run once more with Taylor.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
The Colts at 2 and 3 here to begin the new season. They were losers their last time out. Trying to get back in the win column, but obviously not an easy task here in a hostile environment.
Yeah, always tough to win away from home. But sometimes what you do is you use these types of games as bonding experiences and carry that into the contest.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
Running straight ahead, Taylor.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, and a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
These two teams, they met up earlier in the year, back in Week 2, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. On 2nd down, here's Carr.
He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman.
They got his man complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
1st and 10, Taylor now.
And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. They went with the run-pass option, and I don't know if the option really mattered there because the defense was ready.
So many times you put the defense at a disadvantage because you have those multiple options, but when they read their keys and play it correctly, sometimes the result goes in their favor.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not only did they drop what looked like an interception in the end zone, they blew a golden opportunity to shift the momentum.
Now they're coming up on play number 8 of this opening drive, but they're looking at a 3rd and long. Shotgun now for Carr.
Over the middle, into the hands of Woods.
And they're going to get him down shy of the 1st at about the 13-yard line. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. The slot man in motion right. Carr going to go on 4th down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Rayshawn Jenkins picks it off. He's at the 50, the 30, 10, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
So just a tremendous play there defensively on this opening drive, not just to make the interception, but to take it all the way home.
And it felt like this was a defense that was on its heels a bit to start this thing off.
Yeah, they pretty much let the other guys march right down the field until that moment.
Yeah, key play there. Turned it all around. Big moment.
Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
Taking it about the 1. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
Yeah, they dipped a game below 500 following the loss last week, and you get the sense that maybe this team's at a little bit of a crossroads here.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it, because what's that old malaprop? If you come to a fork in the road, take it. Because this crew, they're losing ground fast. They've got to start winning some ball games. And the good teams, they're starting to separate themselves, and these guys are being left behind.
And he'll get a couple up to the 29. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And the Jags with 5 in the secondary now on 3rd down. And the tight end goes in motion left. On play action, now Carr. Airing it out deep for Woods. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. To punt on 4th down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. Oh, he nearly broke that one. As it stands, though, a heck of a 36-yard run back. Now the Jags will have great field position to start this drive as they take over on the short side of the field.
Ready, break.
And they'll run it. This is James Robinson.
And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down. Now Lawrence. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Yeah.
A man coming off a washout 2021. It's Travis Etienne.
Tackle made by Grover Stewart.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature in the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, Lawrence. He'll drop that underneath to Etienne.
Touchdown, Jaguars! Travis Etienne, his 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Jaguars go up by 2 touchdowns.
Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And that'll make the score 14-0.
Logan Cook to kick off for the Jaguars.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
Take over first and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Carr. And his throw is incomplete.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big 3rd down coming up.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here. 3rd and 10. Now Carr. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
The scoreboard tells a story for him, a little bit bleak. And while it's not quite desperation time yet, it's definitely getting close. But the defense reads the scoreboard as well. They're going to back up and make them really earn it.
As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away.
And this ball is going to be touched out just shy of midfield.
The Jaguars take over first and 10 at the 27-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence.
Completing it here to Marvin Jones.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
He has now hit number 500. Charles, that is his 500th NFL career catch.
Definitely worthy of applause, but I remember when 500 meant you were going to the Hall of Fame. Nowadays, in today's football, 500 puts you on the path, a significant number.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
These two teams, division rivals, of course. And you remember back to Week 18 last year, although Colts fans don't want to remember back to Week 18 last year. The Colts needed a win. And the Jags, they were kind of looking ahead to 2022. But the 2-win Jags came up with one of the shockers of the season. They stunned the Colts.
Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Bobby Okereke. And the Colts are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember,
he's got a man, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Throwing now is Carr. He'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Andre Sisco. And the Jaguars force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10. CD, when he went to throw that, I'm not sure if he just didn't see where the defense was. Whatever the case, not the throw you're looking for on 1st and goal.
Not at all, because, look, let's face it, that goes to the goal line. If you throw an interception, it's going to hurt on any down. But really, the only down you can kind of live with is if you do it on 4th down. The first 3, if you don't have it wide open, just get rid of it. Make sure they can't get it and live to fight another down. 1st and goal, and you throw the pick, not good at all.
2nd and 7.
Hey, exit.
Lawrence. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? Got a little antsy there from his Mike linebacker position.
Partner, there's times you think you've timed up the quarterback's cadence. You think you've got a read on it. He might have thought it on that play. He was wrong.
And the penalty makes this a much more manageable 3rd down, 3rd and 2.
You got bombers. You got bombers. Hey, Alpha.
Looking to throw, Lawrence.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, he certainly didn't like what he saw at all from the coverage on his primary reads, and he didn't even have any luck trying to get back to his safety valve. Give defense a credit. Coverage was in lockdown mode everywhere.
On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. On play action, it's Carr. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick.
And the Jags are going to have it here at their own 15. I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you've thrown this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted. In any event, it happened pretty quickly. I'm not sure he made the right decision on that one. I think if he had it to do over again, he would have found a different target downfield. But he made his decision, and that one's incomplete.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
On the counter, Etienne.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Lawrence will throw. Screenplay, here's Etienne.
And he's got room.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime.
Now Lawrence on 1st down.
Looking downfield for Jones. And that is incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Lawrence. This one complete to Christian Kirk. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Throwing again here, it's Lawrence.
Flush to his right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Lawrence.
And the pass is intercepted. He was looking for Ingram. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD.
So what a play there in the final minute of this first half. They get the interception. More importantly, their first points of the ball game.
Yeah, and that one play certainly changes the outlook, doesn't it? I mean, they're looking at going into the locker room. No points on the board. Not playing well defensively. Deflated. And now, things may have changed for them.
Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And with a 14-7 lead, they might just be happy to take this thing on into the tunnel. Checks this one down to Robinson.
This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
A play fake for Robinson. Now Lawrence.
The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes.
Bobby Okereke running in and bringing him down.
So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter.
The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in the second half. Taken in at the 3. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told him, guys, if he wants to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
No gain that time, and it leaves them with 3rd and 11 coming up.
Early down stuff to put this offense in precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Meanwhile, this one knocked down in the backfield. It's incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football and now zapped right back in the other direction. Now a hit and a loose football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep shot.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might have wiggled out of traffic and taken to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away.
Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
On 2nd and 10, Lawrence. And this one is incomplete.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides, and there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
Now Lawrence. Oh, that's the 3rd interception for Lawrence.
Picked up, and now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble.
And the Jaguars are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half.
Completes it to Evan Ingram. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a 1st down.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. To the 43, 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
2nd down and a run by Robinson.
And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Here's Lawrence to throw.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Bobby Okereke. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football.
Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
their tight end on fourth. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on fourth down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
From the gun, it's Taylor.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
2nd down, another run with Taylor.
And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
103 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Now they'll throw with Carr. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Rayshawn Jenkins picks it off.
And the Jags are going to get the football back as time will run out in this 3rd quarter of play.
So it'll be a change of possession on the turnover when we get back.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And the question, can they turn that interception into points? A tie game for the moment in the 4th quarter. Lawrence's throw into the hands of Kirk.
So the completion good for 7 there, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 11-yard line.
A shotgun snap and again to ETN.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Here's Lawrence.
And that is incomplete. The defense did their job. 4th quarter, big stand.
No doubt about it, because the offense has been yelling at them from the sideline. Just do us a favor. Get us the ball back. Give us one more chance to take it downfield. The defense just did them a solid, it appears.
And when they get the ball back, they can kind of play free tie game. They're not behind.
Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away.
Now a hit and a loose football. He's at the 30. 10, 5, and he brings this one back. A fumble return for a Jacksonville score. Lambeau on for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14.
Makes the score Jaguars 21, 14.
So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Here comes another drive from this unit, and Charles, they're coming off a costly mistake on the last possession, an interception in a game that is very close right now.
Well, as we know, they all sting no matter what the situation, but in a one-possession game, that'll hurt a little bit more. But this is an excellent opportunity to make up for it on this drive. I just don't expect them to try and take huge gambles to make up that momentum in a hurry.
Meanwhile, Carr's throw into the hands of Pittman here.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Carr going to try and throw on 3rd down.
And he'll find Pittman. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr.
Out of his hands quickly to Pittman. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the fourth. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
A give for Taylor running right side. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Okay, now. 694.
From the 24, Carr. And this will be swung out wide for Taylor. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 13-yard line. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Paris Campbell, his first touchdown on the year. And the Colts are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. Couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back. Bobby Okereke making that tackle.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
There's the option going left on 2nd down. And Lawrence going to smartly hit the deck here as he is able to pick up the first down in the process. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it. Most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
Lawrence with a completion to Kirk. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Back to throw, Lawrence. That's caught on the left side by Kirk. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Here's Lawrence. And Ingram holds it in. He'll get it inside the 20, and he will have a Jaguars first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Back to the ground with Etienne. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. This has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14. And they'll go again with Etienne. And once again, this Colts defense stops him behind the line of scrimmage. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. 3rd and 15 here after the 1st and 2nd down plays went in the wrong direction. On 3rd down, here's Etienne. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ballgame. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to almost certainly win the football game. And Lambeau will put this one through, and the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. And I tell you, when it comes to needing a field goal in closing seconds, pressure situation, there's something to be said for having a veteran kicker trot out there.
Agreed. It's so nice to have someone you can rely on, someone who you know has done it before. And this guy's as cool as they come, isn't he?
Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. And he'll be set up with good field position here as he gets this up past the 40-yard line.
And when you're facing a deficit on the scoreboard, you're just looking for something to get you right back into the game, and that's the spark that they were looking for. They got it with that big return.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
One final shot now. I'm not even sure he can get it to the end zone, though, from this distance.
That's going to take as much arm as he has, and you actually have to plan for the contingency. Maybe you're playing a tip. Try and get someone down who can tip it up and keep it for your own team and try and get to the end zone that way.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is going to be incomplete. Boy, they got the tip they were looking for but couldn't secure it. And this one's over. And a fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So for Jacksonville, they climb back to 500 now.